What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is considered to be the face of the sport of boxing, top 5 best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, the cash cow, 58 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout, 32 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. Canelo Alvarez, he had what he's calling a successful surgery on his shoulder and on his hand. And Canelo Alvarez is saying that he now is ready and prepared after his trilogy with two-time unified middleweight world champion superstar boxer Gennady Triple G Golovkin that took place September 17th of this year. He stated that he is now healthy to go into a rematch with the man who last beat him in undefeated light heavyweight Russian superstar WBA world champion DMITRY Bivol. DMITRY Bivol is coming off of another big victory. He just beat Canelo Alvarez Cinco de Mayo weekend, which was May 7th of this year. And now DMITRY Bivol, he just beat his WBA mandatory and former WBO super middleweight world champion, Mexican superstar boxer Gilberto Zordo Ramirez. So DMITRY Bivol is now 21 wins, no losses, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout. DMITRY Bivol is 31 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 72-inch arm reach. So he beat Zordo Ramirez, dominated, unanimous decision. I thought he won every single round against Zordo Ramirez. And, he beat Canelo Alvarez, and I thought he won all but 3 rounds against Canelo Alvarez. Dominating performance by DMITRY Bivol, defending his light heavyweight title, okay? And now, Canelo Alvarez said it was a tough pill for him to swallow, losing to DMITRY Bivol, and that, he wants to go into his rematch with DMITRY Bivol in May. Okay, which would be May 6th, Cinco de Mayo weekend. It's going to be May 6th this year, okay? When he fought, it was May 7th, so it's going to be May 6th. It's the first weekend in May, Cinco de Mayo weekend. So Canelo Alvarez is saying that, he's ahead of his surgeries. He's ahead of his rehab. Initially they told him he was going to be in the cast for 4 weeks, and he was possibly going to miss the Cinco de Mayo weekend. But now he says that it was only 7 days, so he's way ahead of schedule, and that he's now ready to go into this rematch with DMITRY Bivol, okay? And he's blaming it on the shoulder, and he's saying he couldn't train. He said, I couldn't train and prepare like I was supposed to for a fight with DMITRY Bivol, especially being a bigger guy and me daring to be great going up in weight. Well, the daring to be great whole situation is false, because he's already beat Sergey Crusher Kovalev for the WBO title. He's already a light heavyweight world champion. Now he says that now he's admitting that DMITRY Bivol is the best of the bunch. So at the time it was Sergey Kovalev, DMITRY Bivol, and Artur Beterbiev, the 2 champions at 175. And he chose what he thought was the weaker link in Sergey Kovalev, and he beat Sergey Kovalev, but he lost to DMITRY Bivol. So he's now saying that DMITRY Bivol is the best light heavyweight in the world, and he was daring to be great, and it didn't work, right? Seeing as though he had a hand injury and a shoulder injury that he had to have repaired, and he couldn't train like he wanted to. Well, that just goes to show the cockiness of Canelo Alvarez to think that, if that to be the case, that he could go into a fight with DMITRY Bivol at light heavyweight and have a shoulder and hand injury that, was hindrance to him even training, which means he knew. Now, every fighter tells you they're not going into a fight 100%. No fighter goes into a fight 100% healthy, because the wear and tear on your body throughout the years of just training and fighting, right? So nobody goes into 100%. But to think that you could fight DMITRY Bivol with a shoulder and hand injury that prevented you from training like you said you needed to train, well, then that just shows the cockiness and the underestimation that you did with DMITRY Bivol, period. but he outclassed him, right? And so he said in the first half of the fight against Dimitri Bivol, he did well. He said it was the second half of the fight where the hand and the shoulder injuries started to kick in and, started to flame up and be a problem for him. But now he has no excuses. Good. Because it wasn't the size of Dimitri Bivol, who was 6 feet tall with a 72-inch arm reach. Canelo is 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. So Dimitri Bivol has a 2-inch arm reach advantage over him. He has a 3 to 4 inch height advantage over Canelo Alvarez. But it wasn't his size and the weight that beat Canelo Alvarez. It was his skill set. Skills pay the bills. His skill set was too much for Canelo Alvarez. Okay, period. And it proved to be the difference in the fight. His movement, just like Zordo Ramirez, was way bigger than Dimitri Bivol. And Dimitri Bivol outclassed Zordo Ramirez and actually backed up the bigger man the entire night. Dimitri Bivol backed up Zordo, who was all but a cruiserweight against Dimitri Bivol, who's 6'3.5" with a 77-inch arm reach. So he has a 5-inch arm reach advantage over Dimitri Bivol, and he also has a 3 to 4 inch height advantage over Dimitri Bivol. So he has a significant height advantage over Dimitri Bivol and an arm reach advantage. And he outweighed Dimitri Bivol by at least 20 pounds, easy. They were like there was 2 weight classes apart. So the size didn't matter. It was the skill set, because Dimitri Bivol backed up Zordo the entire night, who was a power puncher, a big puncher. He backed him up the entire night with his skill set, his mindset, his foot placement, and his ring IQ. That's how he backed up Zordo, not with his physical appearance, with his ring IQ and his footwork. And so Canelo Alvarez, Dimitri Bivol has his sights set on a undisputed showdown with Beterbiev, who now holds the WBO, WBC, and IBF titles. But Beterbiev, who got injured, has to defend against his mandatory in Anthony Yard. So it looked like Beterbiev and Anthony Yard are going to fight in the early part of 2023. And Dimitri Bivol is going to look to fight the winner. But the next best option for him is Canelo Alvarez. And he says that, he's not interested in Canelo Alvarez. He's focused on Beterbiev, but that's not going to happen. So he satisfied his mandatory. Canelo Alvarez versus Dimitri Bivol, May 6, 2023. Canelo Alvarez is a super middleweight undisputed champion, and he's fought bigger guys his entire career. And so you look at Caleb Smith, he was bigger than Dimitri Bivol, 6'3", 77-inch arm reach. He's just as tall and big as Zordo Ramirez. Now, he don't weigh as much as Zordo, but he's just as big as Zordo, right, without the weight. Sergey Kovalev is bigger than Dimitri Bivol. So the size didn't matter. It was the skill set. The skill set of Dimitri Bivol, the ring IQ, the foot speed, the hand speed, too much for Canelo. And in the repeat, it's going to be a repeat of that in the rematch. He's going to beat Canelo Alvarez again. And there can't be any excuses, right? And the daring to be great mantra, that's out the window. There's no such thing, because, again, like I said, Canelo Alvarez was already a world champion in light heavyweight. So how's he daring to be great going back to light heavyweight? He went down to 168 to become undisputed, and he went back to 75. So he already fought at 75 and already is a world champion at 75, and faced an even bigger guy who had even more power than Dimitri Bivol and Sergey Kovalev. So that whole notion that he was daring to be great and fighting just to fighting a bigger guy, that goes right out the window. It's skill set, period, right? And so with that said, in the rematch, May 6th, it's going to be the same outcome. But I'm glad the excuse is going out the window, because at the end of the day, like Canelo said, nobody wants to lose and don't like the feeling. And so Canelo Alvarez is pointing to all of these reasons as to why he lost. But the real reason is he's just a better skilled fighter than Canelo. And it's going to show again when they fight May 6th. So Canelo Alvarez says that he's ahead of schedule with his rehab, and he's looking to fight Dimitri Bivol Cinco de Mayo weekend, which is going to be May 6th in 2023, and the outcome is going to be the same. It's going to be the same outcome. Canelo Alvarez is going to lose to Dimitri Bivol because of the skill set, period. And DMITRY Bivol's confidence has gotten even bigger after beating Canelo, knowing he could beat Canelo now, and after beating Zurdo Ramirez the way he did. So I believe he's going to beat Canelo Alvarez again, and you know, he's going to be even more confident. It's going to be the same outcome. It's going to look the same, and then he'll go to look into going to Arthur B fight, because I think that, and I love Anthony Yarde. So shouts out to Anthony Yarde, but he gets hit a lot. Anthony Yarde does. I don't like his defense, and he fatigues in the second half of fights. And you absolutely cannot do that against Arthur B, who has all that power. So I expect to see DMITRY Bivol versus Arthur B for Undisputed at light heavyweight very soon. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.